Hey guys, what up? What up? How we doing? And welcome. Today we farm. We are farming. Well, actually, no, not quite. We do have a lot to farm for, but we do have uh flame elementium to take from here. 700, and we're going to use that to gamba on trades. Sub minus sublet. How you doing? Never paid attention to this, but unless you go live way before you start, seems inefficient. The reason for it really is if there's nothing happening in the background, then I will start pretty much after ads run. But like I start stream, and a few minutes later, ads run. So I have to wait until the ads run, and then after that, I start. But like if anything comes up between that in that waiting period, then I would have to delay a bit instead of starting and then being distracted or something else. So the initial wait until after I start is from waiting for ads to actually finish, the first set of ads to actually finish, so pre-rolls are off. Otherwise, I'm going to go live on mute, and then non-subs end up getting caught by an ad screen right off the bat. So that's why there's a bit of a buffer. And if I remember correctly, it's more you start stream, and I think it's like 5 minutes. Like I think it takes the ad manager. I forget how many minutes before it actually runs the ads. And then the ads run for 3 minutes, and then after that, I can start talking and everything. So yeah. I was saying we're going to gamba a bit, and it's not really gamba, but it's gamba for an that's money. Gamba for an upgrade. I didn't even think I was going to be at 1,000 FE, but we're at 1,100 FE, so I'll take it. What we're looking for is a hero memory of origin that hasn't been revived, so we can potentially revive it and get the modifier we're looking for. All right, we have to. It's on average a 1 in 5, and with the godforsaken system they have implemented, every single fail at a revived affix where you target a mod ends up binding it, so you can't sell it back, which I don't even know what the motivation for that was. But we're going to be trying to get our nature's party just in case it decides to go up in price. I want to get it out of the way first. I forgot about these. I need to get luminous dusts. I need to get, I'll get 6 of them. These are now 4 FE. They're a bit more expensive this morning. Can't complain. So let's hope we're able to get it, because if we do, it's a very, very big defensive upgrade. So I've already bricked 1 in the past. Let's hope I don't break the next one. Why doesn't this remember own? That's another pet peeve. So if it hits the 20%, I win, essentially. If it hits the 80%, I lose, and I big lose. Like all the 300 I spent, gone. So let's see. Come on, bruh. Okay, so that's it. That's a brick. Next try. Come on. And that is a brick. Fun. Okay. So that is 2 bricks. The sad part about bricks, like I said, they are bound, so we can't sell them. So all we can do with these is destroy them, really. Which sucks. But like, it is what it is. We have 400 left, so we will buy 1 more. And all we can do is hope for the best. Max ES, minion damage. I'll go for minion damage because it's T1 and it's 250, slightly cheaper. Just break, that's gonna hurt. I mean, this is try number 4, and every single time it has hurts. Every single time. Come on. I need this so much. Come on. Bruh. Sad. I mean, this isn't a bad revived affix if I'm being honest. Like, I get 30% on top of the ins. I get minion damage, but replacing my current hero memory would mean losing CDR. Attack speed doesn't do anything for me, so at least there's that. So I could potentially do that, and then this would get an ES memory for now. But like, that'll be me losing this guy and then losing CDR, which, unless I'm getting my revived affix, I don't really want to do. So we're broke again. We have 245 FE to our name. And yeah, not fun. It is what it is though. I can't afford another, right? There's a 266. There's a 250. I guess we'll do the 250. See what we get. It requires 5 FE. I do not have 5 FE. Ooh, wait. There's a 190. Sure, say less. Do we not need luminous? I think we need luminous dust. We have one more try. Are you gonna finally hit? Or are we going back to farming? This is the real question. This is the real question. Yes! We hit it! Holy, finally. I didn't doubt it. Not a doubt in my mind that we would hit it. I didn't doubt it for 1 second. So now we have Nature's Party. That is so huge. That is so big. GG. So for those that don't know what Nature's Party does, this is a modifier that allows us to get extra, what's it called? We're getting extra effects to our nourishment. So Frost Magi gets extra effects. All the Magi essentially do, but the big part about this is we essentially become very, very tanky for while we have just Frost Magi. Now we're incentivized into going to our 5 Magi setup very quickly now that we have Nature's Party. So we're going to be doing that very soon. But because of the fact that switching to 5 Magi is not inherently a damage increase unless I get a good roll of Wicked, I'm not going to be in too much of a rush. I need to save up for a good roll of Wicked for the Erosion Magi. But effectively, in the long run, what this is going to give me is my Frost Magi, which I have 3 of them, by the way, will give me 5% of my missing ES on hit. So whenever they hit, I am going to get 5% of my missing ES. And then there is a max Frostbite rating per nourishment stack. So at 10 nourishment stacks, at plus 80 max. So we can actually pull away from Prophet Tree at this point because we're getting plus 80. Well, let's say plus 72 because they hit at 10 and like 9 nourishment stacks and then they go back to full. So like I like 72 max Frostbite rating, which puts them at 82 without any help from us. And then all we need to get them is 20 max and they can freeze again. So that is insane. But in the long run, we're also going to have Rock Magi. And with a Rock Magi, it's going to transfer 20% of damage we take to the Rock Magi, which is just Giga DR. And then Erosion doesn't really have anything we care about. Yeah, it doesn't have anything we care about. But these two, huge. So, as they say, a GG. So I'll list this for 500. Hopefully it sells. Did I naturally drop this? How do I have this? So our sustain has essentially been solved in one fell swoop. Now we just need to upgrade this guy. So we get a bit of intelligence. And we just stay here. But now it's giving me 83 intelligence at level 19. So when we get to level 50, this shit is going to be insane with the intelligence we'll get. I'm actually going to use this until I'm ready for Abyss. And it will be a while before I'm ready for Abyss. So I might end up... That might just be it. Oh wait, I didn't just get that. I removed that from the other slot. That's what happened. That was something I bought in the past. So now, so long as my Magi have something to hit, we should not be dying to non one shot. And I think it's pretty hard for us to get one shot anyways. And honestly, it also really reduces our reliance on... A Giga reduces our reliance on stuff like Origin until we're ready to scale Origin for the regen. Might even be able to take some points out of ES charge speed at this point. That was so worth it. Maybe the next step is going for what do you call it? Maybe next step is finally going for profound. Sup, Hollow Edge? How you doing? We just got pretty, I won't say lucky, honestly. Like, we didn't get insanely lucky. We were slightly above drop rates, or the rate we should be getting something, but we just got something absolutely insane. We finally got our BIS revive memory, which effectively means our sustain problems are kind of just solved, because whenever my Frost Magi hits, I gain 5% of my missing ES. How much DPS for profound? It depends on the build. It's not a one size fits all type question. I would say some builds have an easy time doing profound with, like, in the past I've done profound on 20 build DPS. This was on Moto 2 because the damage was so consistent. But like on this setup where my damage is kind of reliant on like high DPS swings, it's kind of slow because nothing is dying unless they use their ultimate. And if their ultimate doesn't one shot, it feels slow, right? So you would want to get to the point where profound feels like they clap and they die, and that's when it will be quick. But for now, I think the tankier enemies don't just get one shots. But I can run a profound map just to show. The profound wall is too much. It definitely takes a bit of patience to deal with profound. 100% does. Welcome back. I got my revive memory. What's that?
I was gonna say I was watching Archer and the villain is a Nigerian.
Lol.
His name is Ibadan Peters.
What the fuck?
Yes.
They named him after his city?
Ibadan Peters. Yes.
Lol.
He just has a normal accent, by the way. But like, yeah, like normal white accent.
Interested. Very interested. So profound honestly isn't able to slow anymore. Like, this is actually quite chill. I just got the hero memory that makes it so my Magi get extra effects. Or the revived affix rather. I bricked how many on my way here? I think this was number 1, 2, 3, 4. This was number 5, I think. Yeah, this was number 5. So that makes me considerably tankier. What am I Frost Magi doing? Oh, wait. This is not the 60% DR tree, I think. Now I kind of really want to fit in my rock Magi. I'll be very honest. So I think I'm going to be working towards my wicked swap. I mean, now also, like I said, I can scale back on frostbite rating, so I can actually kind of retweak my tree a tiny bit for more damage. That was too much damage. Oh yeah, I do have the harder profound, what's it called, Luna thing, the one that makes them tankier. I have that, so that's probably what I'm feeling in terms of the lead mechanics tankiness. Yeah, I have the full moon toggle currently on. So I probably want to turn that off. Probably. Wait, this is actually going to feel like minion leech. The only difference is it's not a heal over time. It's more instant. If I had 100% instant leech, it would feel something like this. Honestly, even with the toggle, they're still kind of fine. It's more like regain. I think that is the closest thing to what it feels like. It's like regain, but it's a percent of, actually regain is also just a percent of missing resource, right? So like it's really like regain. So I think I am profound ready. That was a pretty decent map. Do I want to try another? Here's the thing. My current tree is a Lunaria Rush tree, and it involves -2 portals. This will frustrate me if I actually were to run. Simply because until I fit in my Rock Magi, I don't think I'm quite going to be tanky enough just yet. Once I fit in my Rock Magi, I will be confident enough to click this. So what I'm going to do, I'll wait until you progress to profound before I switch from Erosion Magi. Just bought Troublemaker. Holy, you spend that currency. GG. Troublemaker is so freaking expensive. It's one of those upgrades I will get eventually, but like every single time I look at that price, I'm like, huh. All right, what else can I get instead? Okay, I can get this, I can get that, I can get this. All right, instead of that, I'll just get all these. Literally yesterday, I think I said I said I was going to go for Troublemaker. Then today I'm like, yeah, I'll just go for the Hero Memory instead. That's my weakest. That's the weakest part of my build. Why? So I went for Hero Memories instead. It made you clear profound. Oh, I'm sure. The explode is very nice, and it'd be very nice as an extra bit of clear because. Especially because of the nature of Frost Magi's ultimate, it's a cone. So anything beside that cone would not typically die. But because there's now a bit of extra explode, if it's a red that gets exploded, then it die, you know? So it will feel very good on that front. And the extra damage per growth is very nice. The only thing is I don't really have too much growth to work with, which is why I am not in an insane hurry to get it. If I had a lot of growth already, then yeah, I'd be more pressed to say I want Troublemaker right now. But because I'm not, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, okay. Do we actually just send? You know what? I know what to do. I'm going to remove these and I'm going to put these. I'll take the reduced drop quant and then I'll just keep sending this strat. I think that's what we're gonna do. This way we aren't pressed on revive attempts. I don't have to get frustrated if I get one shots.
Shit is frustrating. You can't spam the thing for the lead mechanic because it goes on cooldown.
Yeah, I think there's something that takes it down from they reduced the cooldown from 2 seconds to 1 second in yesterday's patch. So at least it's not as long as it used to be. So you don't accidentally fat finger and press twice. It makes sense from why there's a cooldown. I didn't even get to finish my statement. I was about to say I hate the lightning balls because shit like that happens. Can you kill the lightning ball user, please? I need to go hit the training dummy, because if I can hit him just a bit. Actually, wait. Nature's Party really allows me to change my build, because if I get 8 frostbite rating per nourishment, if I can get my 5 Magi set up with the origin effect that it will come with, that might be enough. Actually, no, never mind. I say this because my third trait is still level 1 or level 2. I'm not sure. I forget where it's at. I think it's level 1. With it at level 1, the amount of nourishment effect I will get is likely not going to be enough to cap my frostbite by just doing it. That is my guess. I could be wrong, but that is my guess. Ow. What are my Frost Magi doing? I feel like I'm not seeing them cast their ultimates. It felt like they weren't even there. I'm not sure why it felt that way. But yeah, I wasn't hearing the sounds they do when they cast ulti. Like, yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but like, I don't get why it feels like they just stop casting their ult sometimes. Maybe it's because they're casting it in all directions instead of the direction I am facing. Or did I manage to give them anybody in this map damage avoid would be the next question. Because if I did, then, you know, it's bound to feel that way. Like, it feels like they aren't casting their ultimate again.
Don't worry, that world is not scary. It's just a long, long time of loneliness.
Can you all get frozen, please? Yeah, so many things that come with.
Once you turn to dust.
Wait, so if they get max frostbite rating, is there a way I can get them to do cold damage despite Wicked? I don't think there's a single way. Because here's the problem. Wicked makes it so, well, it's not really a problem. Wicked converts your damage to erosion. And I think to apply any amount of frostbite, you're going to need to have cold damage in there. You're going to need to have cold damage in there. And because they convert 100% of Fizz and Ellie, it's kind of hard to make it so they will have Jesus Christ, man. Here I am trying to avoid damage avoid, and the game is like, nah, gee. You're gonna eat that damage avoid and you're gonna like it.
The winds will blow away
Anyways, because it converts all phase and LE to erosion, I don't know what kind of damage I would have to add to them to make it so they gave me cold damage done at the end. Because any bit of added damage I give them, they just convert to erosion. Which is why currently for dirty tricks, I'm going to be relying on my synthetic troops for frostbite. But it's my frost magi specifically that are getting plus to max frostbite. So they are the ones that could potentially apply freeze in the end if I'm able to find them a source of cold damage. But I can't think of a single source, man. Where on earth would they get any bits of cold damage? There is no mod, right? There's no aura mod from specters that they can potentially get that'll give them anything of the sort, I think. Oh jeez.
Weaken their friends once you've turned to dust.
I'll think more about it. I don't think there's any way I can potentially make them do cold damage after it's all said and done. Like, I think it's literally impossible. Let me make sure. Yeah, bets are correct.
Don't worry, we're still making preparations. The winds will blow away all traces of your existence.
These rares are kind of tanky. Probably a bit due to the compass. Holy. The fact that I live there is 100% because of Nature's Party. Tried to do some heavy lifting.
Don't worry, that world is not scary. It's just a long, long time of loneliness. I'm back. The wind is gathering again.
I'm going to, after this map, I think I'm going to go to the dummy to see how much frostbite we apply. I think we should be getting to the cap of 120 very easily. And I think I'm going to drop those frostbite points on the tree to get more crit investments. Maybe slightly more charge speed because I just like the defenses that come with it. Maybe.
We've witnessed many
Dummy time.
Please select the calibration intensity for invincibility
Yep.
number 2.
We're getting the full 120 frostbite. So now, and if we look at their nourishment, they literally just go from 10 to 9, back to 10 to 9, back to 10 to 9, because of the amount of CDR I have. So if I take that at face value, that's like 72 frostbite rating. I can remove everything here. Everything, because it's not needed. Which is 6 points I just free up, which is really, really comfy. I will allocate you because, like I said, I'm trying to get more crits.
we are creating a breeze.
Then I think I want more crits. I could go for more charge speed. but I want more crits. So we're going for crits. They both give a bit of crit rating and crit damage. So we should be critting more. Wait, they all give crit rating and crit damage? Did they buff this node? Because I feel like some of these trees had only crit damage, but a bigger crit damage. Or am I thinking of Steel Vanguard? No, they all have crit rating, crit damage hybrid now. Even Steel Vanguard. I mean, this isn't really minions. I've never used the artisan tree. All right, so we've just gotten a decent chunk of crit damage from the tree and some extra crit rating.
Please select the calibration
And we should still be at 120 max.
number 2.
Holy DPS. It looks like we're at 90 bill. It depends on when the empower skills proc, I think. So we're anywhere from 85, like 80 to like 90, I would say is probably the average. Because we're getting all the way up to like over 100, but then we're also getting as low as like 50, and it all depends on like if the empower skill is up to actually buff the ultimate or not. So like it's very, very finicky trying to get the actual DPS for this build. Very, very difficult. But I'll say we're roughly 80 bill. Roughly 80 bill. If we were to use the average we did in that whole minute. Realistically, we have more DPS than that. But if we want to be conservative, we're saying 80 bill. Which is what I've always used. I always use the conservative value. So that is very good. That is very, very nice. Oh, there's so many rares here. Oh, that's a double Dora proc. GG. Oh yeah, I forgot to put this back. That was a double Dora proc, and we only made... Oh, we got 18 FE from the explosion. It's kind of underwhelming. We must have just gotten very unlucky on the compasses we got.
Don't worry. That world is not scary. It's just a long, long time of loneliness.
Oh god, oh jeez, not that guy. There's an incarnation in there and he scares the fuck out of me.
The winds
What the fuck is that?
all traces of your existence.
Oh shit, he don't look at one shots me.
Don't worry. We're still making preparations.
We tanky boys. We're actually okay.
The void
We're actually quite tanky is what that means. If the profound incarnation is not just absolutely wrecking me, we're tanky and we're gonna get tankier. Broski. My frost Magi keep fighting to keep me alive. Oh, I love a nature's party, yo. She feels so nice. Okay, that is looking for trouble.
We're still making
Rocking two at a time.
I'm back. The wind.
Who on earth is that fucker who has glacial abyss? And can he stay the fuck away from me, please? Appreciate it.
Perhaps we can be friends. Once you
These maps are still too slow for my liking, but then again, I'll try turning off I'll turn off the league mechanic extra difficulty thing, full moon or whatever it's called.
don't worry. That world is not scary. It's just a long, long time of loneliness. Perhaps we can be friends once you've turned to dust.
I'm getting anything from this strat, Iconic.
You don't think you're getting anything from the strats?
Like T7 beacons don't go for anything. I'm dropping a lot of them. But
Netherrealm
because it's a
resonance?
T7
You're going loot tiles, don't forget.
I know. I just don't think I've gotten that many other residents at my point. I gotta check.
How
When I started this, I had 960. About 20, 25 maps in, I have 1072. So yeah,
The void.
you're saying you've gotten how many?
You can meet your
1072 minus 960.
but they shatter on
100 and something?
Yeah.
100 is still 14. It's still like 14 FE, right?
100 is 14, and that's fine. I'll load up the planner and blast like 50 maps.
I mean, 100 is 14 FE, but like at the same time, how much do you want to make on boss rush?
Oh, no, I mean, I'm assuming not that much.
If I have to think about boss rush for pure T7, no, like no T8 damage, you're not going the compass route that I went. That one is just maps per hour. Like you should be spending way less time in your maps than I was spending in mine, and you should be spamming thunderways. But if you're going for points, then that's going to obviously slow you down.
I mean, I can't really go for points right now because I can't kill the 7-2 bosses.
Then all you're doing is thunderway spam, right?
Prayer Sanctuary.
all traces of your existence.
Yeah.
Prayer sanctuary, yeah, prayer sanctuary. You just go in, kill the boss, go in, click goddess of hunting, kill the boss, leave. I was doing them in 15 seconds, slightly less time per map. So it's not for that strat. It's like it's not the greatest FE per hour, but it's a put your head down and blast strat, pretty much. For the other boss, the boss farm I was doing, which requires a lot more DPS. That one, I would say, was probably closer to like 400 or 500 FE per hour, and I would say that is way more profitable. No, you do 27, but you need to 8 damage. I need to have QTA Trav, which is
Alright.
Rush doesn't get anything from T8, so like you wouldn't touch T8 with it. There's no point. You're just slowing down your runs for no reason, unless you literally one-shot the T8 bosses, in which case, why the hell are you not in profound?
The winds will blow away
Buy some Thunderways maps.
of your existence.
Buy from the market, not from the vendor.
Oh. Yeah.
Hmm?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
It's way cheaper on the market than from the vendor. Well, last time I calculated, resonance wasn't that expensive then. It was like 80
0.9
FE.
FE. 0.9.
What's 0.9 FE?
A T7 beacon.
Do you know how much you're buying from the map?
No.
From markets?
Perhaps we
I think I have T7 beacon still.
once you
Thunder Waste is currently... Oh, they've gone up. 0.9 is more expensive than they were. Even then, that's 90 FE for 100, whereas you'd be spending 800 FE for 800 network resonance for 100. 800 resonance is how much? 800 resonance is what we said, 14. 14 times 8 is
we have many friends.
140 minus 28. So
It's enough.
112 FE you spend from nether resonance, so that's still almost 40 FE cheaper.
Okay.
That's mental math though, so could have some inaccuracies here and there, but I think it's I think it's accurate.
All traces of your existence.
But you know, point is it's cheaper on the market than it is with resonance, with the current resonance prices.
I'll give it a shot. I don't really have a shit ton of FE, but
I mean, so
that's all I had on it.
sell your resonance and buy it. The resonance you have every 1,000 whatever, sell them. Like there's no reason for you to hold on to them. You get it's not for you. You're not using it for the shots. The entire thing is you're printing them.
It's just a long
Selling it.
Hmm.
I said, yeah, I'm selling it.
Yeah, so sell it and use the FE to buy the maps if needed, instead of using the nether resonance. Because all this is also, I mean, this is not taking into account that selling the resonance has or will eventually have a tax. I don't think you've hit tax period yet, so you're even in a better spot to sell and then buy.
don't worry.
But even with tax, it's still much cheaper.
We've witnessed many final notes.
I'll be honest, so far I'm just not impressed by this strat. I am not impressed. I almost feel like going back to my Sandlord, so that at least I know, even though I'm not making money in my maps, I'm making money elsewhere, and then I can actually start farming for T7 shippers like I actually want to. Oh shit, so these guys are back. My first few shipments. Oh shit, purple clockwork. GG. 48 FE. Woohoo. 40 FE. Thank you very much. 9 FE. Again, thank you very much. And some higher tier level materials. What island is my targets? I sent to Utopia. And the reason I chose Utopia this season is because I like bigger shipments. That is what I naturally tend to, because this floating island reputation +1. Oh, because I like bigger shipments. People say all the time that it's inefficient to send a large shipment. So I'm just like, okay, I'll meet the goal, but I'll pick the island that requires the most. So it's naturally by consequence a higher value shipment, and I'll get more currency for it, and I'll feel more weight behind those shipments rather than trying to spam it every day with Jungle Island. So I typically would have gone for Jungle Island, but this season I went Utopia. I assume on average I should also be getting more like higher level materials because of the fact that I'm sending on average bigger value shipments, if that makes sense. I probably should have held off. Actually, no. There was no need. It's already level 5. So in those 2 shipments, I made 179 FE. Not bad. It will probably take a few days before I get back to where I was, but we are to the point where Sandlord is actually going to be kind of comfortable on Profound. Like when I did that Sandlord map, it was very chill. I full cleared when I shouldn't have, which is the only thing. But like, oh god, Sun Scorch on the first click, really? And then you give me minus quant. Okay, buddy. I see you don't like me. Ooh, huge. That is actually very nice. That was 37 FE, almost 38. And then a battle encounter. This should be a decent chunk of change.
We've witnessed many final moments like that. Some were our friends, some our enemies.
Less money than I was hoping for, but I guess it was just unlucky. Ooh, another battle. Let's go.
We've witnessed many final moments like that. Some were our friends, some.
All right. Okay. Oh! 83 FE. A compass deep space probe is 83 FE. Okay. Okay. I was not expecting that, but I will take it. Thank you very much. That just goes to show I need to upgrade this style even further. It needs to be able to supply me even better share. And I am going to need, oh god, I don't have level 6s to replace you with. That is not good. Because so far, only one of my troops, like, you have to do level 6, but the problem with you doing level 6 is you can't really do level 7. So you're just going to have to deal with 25% risk is what that means, my dude. I don't want you to have to risk it, but as circumstances would have it, it's the only way. $385 FE from that one trip to Oasis. The Oasis propaganda continues. If I were to switch to clockwork real quick, not clockwork, Sandlord. It's so weird not seeing it, but Sandlord. I will have to take away this point just because I don't quite fancy that I have enough damage for it. I'm going to leave these compasses in because I'm very sure that it still has my Lunaria Rush tree active. So I'm going to run this next set for Lunaria Rush, and if it impresses me, then by all means I'll switch back from Oasis to it. But if it doesn't, then I'll just go to the Oasis tree, because the Oasis tree is really just compassless. I'm really just running Oasis, like that's it. Why does my FPS feel like it's dropping? Holy, it's an incarnation. Oh, this guy has damage. The fuck? Let's take our time to clear everybody else. Then we can focus on killing him.
Don't worry. That world is not scary. It's just a long, long time of loneliness. What comes, goes.
Nah, this guy has giga damage. What the fuck? We just killed him, I think. We actually killed him. Yeah, good. Hey guys, Lunaria fan number 1 here. Time to share for my favorite mechanic again. Welcome, welcome. We've been expecting you. I've been trying the Lunaria, a Lunaria variant, and I think my clear speed is 2. Actually, would you say the full moon thing is worth it, or should I just take it off because of how slow it is to clear? Because this is profound. Everything else dies, as you can see, in not too much time. Like Res obviously will take 2 ultimate hits or rounds, but like trash mobs get blown up, and everything else is relatively quick. Magic mobs, like it's all relatively quick, but then you have the Lunaria mobs who are currently full moon buffed, and then by virtue of that, you're just tanky and do more damage.
Perhaps we can be friends once you turn to dust. We've witnessed many.
You've never tried without it? Yeah, I'm going to turn it off for the remaining maps. Alright, good to see how it feels. The mods I gave probably also weren't helping, if I'm being honest, because I gave them rare monsters restored 30% within 5 seconds upon first hits, and an attack casts move speed for monsters which was probably why the incarnation was hitting so hard, because it was doing multiple attacks in the space of my reaction time, because it was that quick, which makes sense.
What comes the wind is gathering again. The winds will blow away all traces of your existence.
I'm curious as to how much squishier they'll be. Did you see what it looked like with it, with the node or with the full moon? They just say, yeah, they don't tell us how impactful it is. We don't know we also don't know how, you know, how much tankier they get, how much damage they get. We just know, oh, do they even describe the thing? I don't know that they do. They just say they just become stronger. Yeah, incarnation fucked me up.
Don't worry, that world is not scary. It's just a long, long time of loneliness.
I mean, that's a good first explosion considering we took off the full moon. How are they reviving?
It's not time to leave all of you yet.
What was that? I'm not complaining. Well, what happened? There's an incarnation. Moonbloom, Lunar Rhapsody, Moon Echo with total. It's a rare chance. There's a freaking incarnation.
The void refuses to take.
All right, I'm going to pick up loot.
Don't worry, we're still making preparations. Perhaps we
Oh,
can once you've turned to dust.
we killed him. Cool. So we just got like 70 FE.
I'm back. It's not time to leave all of you yet. The winds will blow away all traces of your existence.
I mean, this was a very, very high profits map. I'll give it that. So what exactly does the revive do? It just revives all the monsters you've killed so far with loot bonuses, or what? Because like there wasn't any Rhapsody or anything like that. They just randomly started reviving. I'm like, oh shit. And that was a lot of money, 75 from that one map. Out of that, how much was raw FE drops? 53 raw FE drops in that map. Which is a lot. Seems so because it's always a gigantic explosion. It's kind of wild to me just how little information we get in Torchlight. But you kind of just get used to it. I'll list this one because honestly, it's only getting cheaper from here. That's why I'll list you right now. Okay, so that was a decent way to keep me interested in this strat. Just saying, if you can do more of that before Sandlord Tree comes around, I might just consider keeping you.
We've witnessed many fighting moments like that. Some were our friends, some our enemies.
I always back up from every boss that spawns because you never know when it's the running troglodytes. That guy's charge literally just, it does so much damage. Like that guy, this fucker. These two.
Comes the wind.
Did you just push me back into the wolves? You bitch.
Don't worry, we're still making preparations. We've witnessed
Somebody just gave me a big drop.
like that.
Oh, never mind. It's just priceless boots.
Some
It's evasion. Of course, it's us. Nobody wears evasion. The fuck? Not a single soul. Whoa. Why was I standing there for so long? It's one of those moments where I'm like, I don't know if the code Magi bug out or something, but like there's no reason why I was standing there for so long because they do way more damage than that. So even if they were damaging like different people, it should still have, you know, unless they're just wearing DPS, which is the only explanation. I just wasn't seeing the guy in front of me's help move, and the other one was also not,
back to. It's not time
and that's why I back off.
to yet. We've witnessed many fighting moments like that. Some were our friends, some our enemies.
Nope.
We've witnessed many fighting moments like that. Some were our friends, some our enemies.
So if this says I have basically made 800 FE,
We've witnessed many fighting
which I have since I reset my tracker from Sandlord and whatnot, mostly from Sandlord. Well, 400 of that is from Sandlord, so like 4, and then almost like 75 of that was from the last map. And now we have a secret stage in there to account for like 100 of it. So like only 300 realistically from the Lunaria rush, which is not great. But in any case, since I now have currency, I should look at the price of going for 5. My brain is booting. Give it a second. 5 Magi. I'm doing Forbes Compass one. Okay, I'll show you what my tree looks like. Tell me if I'm missing anything. I haven't seen the directory, but this is what I came up with. I know it's probably something similar with nodes into compass, nodes into mobs, and the only difference I have that I can think of was I didn't go for God of War compass because I was in T8. And honestly, even now, I wouldn't go for God of War compass because it doesn't change anything. Like I'm not zooming it by any means, so it doesn't change much until I am one shot in T8. It's not changing much for me. So as far as compasses go, this is what my compass setup looks like. I need to put the fourth one, which would also increase my, and okay, there's one more, but this is because of the fact that I am in profound, and I don't have profound. I have profound damage, but it's not a fast clear, so I don't want to risk longer fights and potentially dying. So I dropped this one in favor of this one because I don't want minus portals yet. Eventually I'll pick up the minus portals, but it doesn't make sense if you break your maps, you know. So let me know if anything stands out from the get-go. I think this is the bulk of where the points are. There's nothing here that gives rare monsters compass drops, right? Pretty sure there's nothing. Also, I don't have Lunaria pets. I have Doro 6 and I have Chalk Spirits level 1, but I don't have Lunaria. That's also something to account for. And obviously I have less points as well. That's also something to account for as well, because I haven't quite done profound points yet. I can do profound points. I really should just spend the time farming the other time marks to get the remaining 4 points. I think I can do profound traveler as well, because it's the same tankiness as T8 if I remember correctly. It doesn't get tougher. So I should also get that done. Oh, I just remembered something else. That is my rhapsodies, my harp stuff isn't, I don't think they aren't quite as rare yet. I am now gathering some, but yeah. They are for the most part a work in progress. And my internet goes out, of course.
The winds will blow away all traces of your existence.
And then I have the auto proccing one. And I also have the Rhapsody one that's allegedly bugged. Holy, what's this?
Don't worry, that world is not scary. It's just a long, long time of loneliness.
Wait a second. If I can get 18 max frostbite rating from my revived affix, I don't need a single point. I don't need a single point of frostbite rating, because their empower skill raises their max by 20. So they go from 10 to 30. 30 plus 80 is 110. So if I were to, I might actually have more DPS than I bargained for, or than I thought. Because let's go here just real quick. We're not changing anything. Still cold damage, everything. Oh, we're going to take this off. Okay, fine. We'll take.
We are creating a breeze that cannot be ignored.
25% more minion cold damage. Yeah, we're still 102. We're going to leave our empower skills to get well for battle. There. Now our highest is 208 bill.
We're fond of this sky. The stars that vanish at dawn return once more grateful.
The only problem that's here that's affecting DPS is there's a slight moment. Get out of my face, my guy. There's a slight moment sometimes where the frostbite rating drops. I'm not fully sure why it's dropping. I assume it's because they all hit at like 9 maybe, and then the 10s expire before I push them back up to 10. But like they're 10 very frequently, so it shouldn't have that, but it does. So now that we don't need it, this is 25% more minion cold damage, which is fine technically. Do I want to have that? Probably not. What would I take in its place? If I go machinists, I can go for synthetic troops someone at a time for this or this. Probably this, which is 25% additional. What does the tree look like in its place? Max summonable synthetic troops. Holy, they have max summonable synthetic troops. If I can get this on the tree, that means I can get this on a slate, which means I can get +1 for free. Which means no matter what, if I go for the cluster gem, I should have 5 synthetics, which is 10. So the real question then is, am I going from 10 minions to 11 or staying at 10? Which the answer is probably just staying at 10. But where was I? Machinists. 8% additional minion damage if that troop has been cast recently. Easy, it's always up. Max summonable is also a multiplier with the other support gem. Nothing else here is, oh, this is where the base ailment damage is. Yeah, nothing else here is really, you know, great by any means. So what's the alternative aside that? We could go warlock. If we go warlock tree, we get access to dirty tricks directly. And because we have access to dirty tricks, we can now drop this one for something else. An example of that is if we get mighty guard right now, we get 40 extra growth. That pushes us to 200, and that allows us to potentially use nourishment of life to cross the 400 threshold. By crossing the 400 threshold, the enhanced skill is, or the empower skill becomes up a lot more frequently. So they also kind of get a bit more uptime on their empower skill. And what else? They also get +2 levels, which is like a bit more than 16% more damage. Alternatively, what else are we looking at? Those are the trees that make the most sense. I don't have too many auras to make reflection good, so no. This would have been nice if I was using an elixir, but I am not. That said, though, this is a pretty chill defensive tree with erosion res and elemental res. But no. Are there any other options? Because otherwise, so far, the one that has had the most damage on the tree is Prophet, because Prophet has code pen, he has code infiltration, and he has percent int alongside, well, I'm guessing using to get code res as well, but he has those points. Is it so? It has honestly pretty decent regular nodes, and then I'm also getting 25% more damage from here. Sorry, still at work, so I was asking if there was anything on my compass tree that stood out, because I think I'm using what Fob Gun's tree basically is, except there's a lot that's different. So like, but this is the shell of it, right? Is it TLDR, right? This is like many points into compass. I don't have all my points, so it's a work in progress. We have full quant here with juicing, rares, magics, and whatnot. And then we have additional this. We don't have this because I'm just getting into profound, so this would end up with me breaking maps. So compass tree is a little different. Is it in what nodes are different? Because I have like a few points I can play around with. I know the choices here, I should have dark storage if I'm being honest. Kind of troll to not have it. I forgot about dark storage. But does he do anything else beyond just scaling more additional compass quants? Or is there anything you see here that you think would actually affect the profit a sizable amount? The sizable amount I see here obviously is going to, there's some here because we're multiplying, we have multiplicative drop quant, so this is noticeable. This is also probably a source of some of the different feelings where I only have blues and some yellows. I'll go for the double max charges because we'll feel good. All right, let's see the code. So compass tree only went cube. Well, that's interesting. Only went this, and then he basically filled out the compass tree, picking up every single additional compass quant points. Picked up every single node here. Did he do anything else with points? No, right? Because 49 plus 18 is 71. No. It's 67. 67 plus 25, that's 92. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So this is all his points. And then he has this and this. Okay. So more compass tree investments, less quant investment. So that means my priority should be filling out this tree. This will make, if I, by filling this out, I basically lock in the fact that I'm going to be dropping more of other things as well because it's multiplying with that quant. But additional compass drop quant is also just good. How many points am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm missing 10 points. To get 10 points, that'd be 3, 4, 7, 10. But I won't remove this. I'll remove this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then for compasses, I'll throw in a cheap compass just to get the full compass bonus. I'm thinking I just put soldier compass. So I'll give it some extra time before I make any final decisions on it for now. Because I think what will end up happening is I'll probably just end up benching it until I get more damage. And instead trying other things in the meantime. But we'll see. Because my damage doesn't feel bad. It just feels... oh, great. My damage doesn't feel bad. It's just the Lunaria mobs can feel a bit slow because of how tanky they can be with the full moon revival. But without the full moon, it's kind of not bad.
Don't worry, we're still making preparations.
I'm assuming Fobgun is manually clicking his he's not doing the auto one, right?
The winds will blow away all traces of your existence.
You did?
I'm back. It's not time to leave.
Dude, reviving here is kind of just ass. What did you swap to? Reduce charges?
Perhaps we can be friends once you've turned to dust.
Oh, Chaos Shrink is money? Wait. Is it even sellable? It sounds like it's... Oh, I dropped a... whatchamacallit. Woo!
The winds will
That was some damage.
all traces of your existence. We've witnessed many final moments like that. Some are our friends, some are enemies.
Moon Echo. I already have Moon Echo. From the fourth Strum onward, if no statues are destroyed, destroy all remaining statues. Is this good? I assume not. So my question for the auto one is, are you prioritizing more than like more statues in your range, i.e. like you're trying to get the biggest cluster of them, or are you prioritizing finishing off the entire mechanic? Hmm. Ring Radius is something I might consider using. So if I were to do this, okay, I'm down to try. One Queen's Disciple, okay. Damage taken at low mana, bruh. This was such a good one until you showed up. Oh yeah, there is that. I forgot. I'm going to miss the one that told me how many statues I had in my range. I feel like that's such a comfy one if I'm going to do it manually.
Just a long, long time of loneliness. Don't worry, we're still making preparations. Perhaps we
That's the Queen's Disciple.
once you've turned to dust.
Already dropped 2 maps.
The winds will blow away all traces of your existence.
And that's the Doro proc. GG. Yeah, we just do this. Oh god, it's an incarnation.
God, the void refuses to take me.
Fuck you, man. He's dead. Oh shit, revive. It's a fucking revive. That boss room is going to kill me.
I'm back to the wind is gathering again.
They're just waiting for me in that boss room. Yeah, we focus on killing the boss first.
We've witnessed many
Then we go kill them.
like that. Some are our friends.
Sprout of Legends. Holy. GG.
The winds will blow away
Incarnation insta died.
of your existence.
All right. So we'll keep trying for big combos, and if the loot multiplier is that insane, then I guess I found the problem. Because that map was a 200 FE profit map. But then again, Sprout of Legend did some pretty heavy lifting in there.
It's just
No, actually,
not time to leave all of
they killed me so hard my Magi's MTXs came off. Isn't that hilarious? For a split second, they went back to their blue form, like, oh, okay.
traces of your existence.
Where's my ring? Okay, it's back.
Don't worry, that world is not scary. It's just a long, long time of loneliness.
Okay, I think I see a big cluster there. That was just 7?
The winds will blow away all traces of your existence.
I'm so lucky. Couldn't be you. Look, Zatham, of all the people in the chat to call me lucky, it should not be you. Shall I bring back the reason why you're on Iris right now? Would you like to talk about that real quick? Just pray tell. Because I'm very sure you wrote off of my Iris. I wonder what could have motivated you to go back.
Friends, once you've
If anyone is calling me lucky, it should not be you. Tempted to try Rihan 2. What do you like about Rihan 2? And I mean, in theory, there's always next season as well. So you get to fully experience the build.
we've witnessed many
It's OP. In what way? Like, it's very economical. It is giga tanky without, like, what makes it OP?
Don't worry, that world is not scary. It's just a long, long time of loneliness.
Tank damage style because I can be a jiggle physics world. I mean, you can't argue with the jiggle physics, I guess. You most definitely cannot argue with it. That was going to be a strength stacker, right?
Once you've turned to dust.
I need someone to cook up module RS1 or Sage minion builds. Oh, I know people who are making such. I don't think it's, I'm not entirely sure if it's pure or if it's hybrid, but I do know someone that's cooking up something for RS1. They are currently contemplating between a few specters. And I think they were supposed to post a video today. Not sure if they ended up doing it or not. Let's go for the biggest cluster we can here.
Don't worry, that world is not scary. It's just a long, long time of loneliness.
Okay.
We've witnessed many final moments like that. Some were our friends, some our enemies. Perhaps we can be friends once you've turned to dust.
All right, let's go for like. All right. I will say now I'm actually making a fair amount of money, so can't even complain much. So it seems the problem was combo counts. So going for the automatic one was actively hurting the experience because it was taking the first 6 you get and proccing that instead of being able to go for higher combo counts. I think therein lies the problem.
Don't worry, that world is not.
Exactly.
It's just a long, long time of loneliness.
It's going to suck on mobile. Is it? Isn't it? Don't you just move to a point and press the button at the top right? Unless you can fat finger and press something else, which I mean I see it being possible.
Perhaps we can be friends once you've turned to dust. Don't worry, that world is not scary. It's just a long, long time of loneliness.
Okay, that was not what I was going for, all right? I fat fingered.
Perhaps we can be friends.
Wait, why did this not proc that statue?
Is gathering again.
Anyways, this map is done.
Don't worry, we're still making preparations. We've
I'm a boomer. Give good luck with getting me to do high precision clicks. All you have to do is steal some ideas from POV and block stuff like Arcana that you can actually click. The moment you can't accidentally click on Arcana, you're chilling. Oh, these two are done. All right, let's see what we get. Oh shit, this is huge. Kind of hoping for more. Oh wait, this is the trade reward. Wait, is it the order? +1 to all skills. Are you worth anything? Still like 10 FE. Okay. This wasn't multiplied by 2, it looks like. Oh no, it was. I got it again, right? I got 2 trade rewards because because they showed the pack spirits. I think. War calls. All right, good luck. Appreciate you hanging, and same to you. May the RNG be with you. What is my next upgrade? I want my next upgrades to be... I'm at one... According to this, I'm at 1300 FE. Made from the clockwork and whatchamacallit. Like between clockwork and... I said clockwork, I keep saying clockwork. Lunaria Rush. Between that and Sandlord, I have gotten a fair amount of money. Surely you give me something good, like, you know, of course. Ooh, are you good? You're right. Ooh, it was alright. Okay, so like I said, one of you guys have to go on CD unless I was farming. It says welcome to the chat room, so I'm assuming the internet is back. Yeah, it looks like it's getting back. Like freaking now. Okay, it's back. One more time. No, it's not your internet, it's mine. It's being problematic, and I have no idea why. Stream says it's back to being fine, but TLI is still struggling to connect. Can you guys hear me? Oh shit, Crazy Caps followed me 11 hours ago? Holy. GG, follow. Oh, never mind. This is a scam account. Oh, not scam account. Probably bot accounts. All right. Oasis is back. TLI is back. Stream is back. And Minus says they hear me. So, all right. Everything seems to be okay again. Okay, so it looks like we made a decent chunk of currency. This is like 10 FE, I think. Why do I keep clicking trade search? Not trade search. I don't know if it's actually sell, to be honest. Many of these things end up not. And honestly, I'm going to probably remove a great many of them very soon, because I don't have the patience for it. I really don't. How much is a sprout going for? 100 and something. Okay. So now that we're back internet wise, we should probably look at selling this off because it is no longer required as I now have my nature's party. But I think my hero memories are still the weakest portion of my build because this is still a level 19, whereas it could be better. This is a level 30, so at least he has level 2, but this is also level 19, so this is still level 1. So even the nourishment bonus is still 20% instead of 30%. And overall damage stats, this one is like the only real source of damage stats, and realistically I'm missing these 2 slots again, which is so much power. So I think if I'm being realistic, my current upgrade should be my memories. There are 2 things that have held me back from upgrading my memories. Thing 1, this guy, I plan to get a +2, and a +2 is currently like 1200. 1200? 2k, I think. I could check. Without anything else, just ultimate with +2 is minimum 2300, it looks like. And that one is ass. It's like evasion and stuff, but it's like the best I have for in terms of options. I'll lose the ES here, which would kind of suck a lot, if I'm being honest. But what I get in return and the reason it would be worth it, even though I lose almost 500 max ES, which is the equivalent of the amount of ES, it's more than the amount of ES I get from Miniature Void Sea and Fiend Crown. Maybe not combined, but it's less than those. But anyways, the reason I think it is worth it is if I can get this trait to level 5. If I can get this to level 5, then all of a sudden I will have, instead of 120, no, this is level 2, so it's 110. Instead of having 110, we'll have 140% additional ultimate cooldown recovery speed, which is a big increase in the multiplier. But I also said I wanted to get my 5 Magi setup going, so we're at a bit of a crossroads. So let me price check what Wicked looks like in terms of price. Item collection skill, Magnificent, Magus, and Wicked. How is a T1? T1 isn't bad. Why T0? Any T0. %3 is 1700. There's no way 3.1 is 2500. So you'd pay 4.1, you'd spend 700 extra. By that logic, 3k should be 0.2. Well, lo and behold, it is. So what the fuck is 0.4? 4500. And then I think 0.5 is max row, so 8k, because the person who duped this, okay, let's not a dupe. One of them is full XP. Maybe it's not a dupe. But the people who have this, big money. So let me think. I'm down to get 3%, but that'll be the entire budget I have. That would convert my Magi's damage to erosion, and it wouldn't give me much room for anything else. I'm not against it, But I wouldn't even be able to get to 5 Magi's if I just buy this one, because I would, to get to 5 Magi's, I need a specific inverse memory or inverse image. But by getting to 5 Magi, I get damage from this. I get to start scaling Origin. I get even more reason to scale my memories a bit higher, so I can actually roll Origin on the random affixes. And I get more defenses because I would be using Rock as well. And I'd also be getting more offenses because I'd be having more minions, which would also scale the damage I'm getting from my synthetic troops. So there's also that. There's really no wrong option. I'm at 1400 FE made today. How much is Troublemaker? That's another thing I should be looking at. Well done, sir. 3.3k. Okay. So that's not happening. Not now, anyways. How much is Growth Ring? Hmm. 1300. Get it 1300. Well, shit, that has timid as well. 1300 growth ring. Slap on growth on it. Put ultimate affix growth. I can't get to T1 or T0 yet, but T2 will be fine. That would incentivize me to go my amulet, which should also be rare, which would also have growth. There's so much money to be spent. Holy. I have so many upgrades. Let me think. What is the most pressing thing for me to get even more comfortable in profound right now? What is it? Realistically, it's damage. How about ways I can get damage most efficient right now? Growth is a bit so-so. If I go growth, I will eventually get damage if I hit the 500 breakpoints. But then I need to use Nourishment of Life to hit the 500 breakpoints, which would be me removing Dazzling Bloom, which might be a DPS loss. So I'd be getting a DPS loss to justify a DPS gain, which isn't the best. Let's put that to the side. 5 Magi setup. To get 5 Magi setup, I'm eating a 20.4% less damage multiplier on my Magi's to get the Wicked buff up, which would then be 5 Magi. So baseline 15, but skills with origin effects, and then we give we have some origin scaling, but then we also give the origin Magi support gems. And I also get way tankier because they get protection field for both of them. And we also have a rock Magi that will transfer 20%. So we get freaking tankier, like so much tankier. It's not even funny. By going 5 Magi setup. But the damage, so. This is, so now in terms of both of them, I'm ranking 5 Magi more priority than the first, which was growth, I think. Yeah, it's more priority. If I could just shoot up to 500 growth with the money I have and without switching my buffs, then 100% that would be what I could do. But I don't have the currency to get to 500 growth yet. That's just the truth. I don't have the currency. So right now, growth is bottom. 5 Magi is next. Now, hero memories. What is the trade-off there? The trade-off for hero memories is I get Giga CDR. So I go from having 110% more CDR to 140% more CDR, which is huge. The downside is I can't afford that because I would have to farm a bit more, or maybe I'm actually at the amount of currency I need for it, but I would need even if I pull up all my currency, I will be able to get that evasion one we spoke about, maybe. But then I wouldn't be able to level it up. So I would be waiting until I then farmed up the currency to level it up. Which isn't inherently like really bad or anything like that. It's just I'll need more currency for that. So out of these three, there's one thing I need to price check that will determine if we're going for the 5 Magi setup, because that is seemingly the best option right now. And that is, I'll just do it here. Inverse image. Fixed value of all legendary. Minimum is -49. Maximum is -45. Let's say. Micro talents can't be negative, so this has to be minimum 1. So this is 1188. This is a part of the 5 Magi setup. Don't care about the medium. It's micro and legendary I care about. 11. This is basically 1200. This is worse. I would need this. I will keep. Fuck it. We'll do it. Oh, I don't have the currency yet. Oh, wait, you? Nah, you're cheaper. Not necessarily better. All right, let's liquidate some. And let's see if we can get it. All right, what is the most expensive thing in here? The compasses we're currently using. Hold off on that. We're not going to sell that. Beacons, again, not selling it. I was so scared. I thought this thing said I had 157 resonance. I'm like, yo, what happened to it? It's 1280. Embers, fluorescent memories, probe. Where is it? You? I feel like it's this one. It's this one. This is 132. Then we have. Honestly, I'm removing you. Y'all are not worth the space. Okay. Where were we? Compass. What is the shortcut to lock? Wasn't there a shortcut? I guess I could just do that. Yeah, so we then destroy everything in there. So now that things are sorted, it should be easier to find what I'm looking for. Compass. Compass is 90. 94, holy. Then we have this guy, fluorescent deep space. That lord's a lot of money. And we have purple, this guy's. Then energy cores. Energy cores. Are we replacing gear anytime too soon? No. So we can sell them. If we need to, we'll get them back in the future. But for now, we sell them. We can also sell these. We're probably not using them. Soft rushes, so you. Then these purple guys, wherever they are, if I can find them. There. Who else? Cube. Then silver, which is one of you. You. 60. General Hunting. You. Sandlord. Ultra showed very quick. Holy. Then we have Sinful Plunder. Anyone else? Portent's Moon. It's fine. Just go quick. Golden Iris. Or should I go at level 6? Sweet. This puts me at 1,000. As more things sell, I should be closer to it. But for good measure, we'll sell these guys. I want to still do hero memories. So I'm going to hold off on selling these. Embers, on the other hand, I feel like I should sell. I feel like I should sell Embers simply because with Embers, am I rolling gear anytime too soon? Potentially. The idea of going for 500 growth is not lost on me, and I will be going for the ring soon-ish, or the rings. The thing is, I think I still have a fair amount of upgrades before then, and being on 5 Magi's, I think I'll be going for my memory first and like a bunch of other things before I finally settle on gear. But I think it's fine. We'll try to farm up someone in the interim. I mean, this is all stuff we made boss rushing, so. T7 beacons, do I sell them? Do I see myself boss rush? Why do I have 73 of them? Probably, you know, my boss rush and I just dropped a shit ton of them. I don't think I've ever seen these guys be quite as expensive. Holy. This is almost 1 FE each. But just as a consequence of the price of resonance. I'll keep Steel Forge in case. Nah. I was gonna say in case I decide to boss rush, but like, A, I'm not, it's not like I'm just begging to boss rush, but B, I do have the compasses for my boss rush, so regardless, I'll need to spend money on it. I'm going to keep They're 5 FE each? That is kind of nuts. That puts us at 1300. So we'll buy that. Beautiful. So it is going to go on here. On equip. This is going to be expensive. And I say this because I already know. So I'm just going to do 50.
The void is not truly empty. You can
Now,
find there on
as y'all can probably see, I am too broke to actually make the 5 Magi work properly. But the reason I went for this one, I mean, the reason should be obvious, but it was just good. This one has 100% reflected micro, or almost 100%, which is insane, alongside minus 47. So the less damage you'll be taking is of low consequence because we want it to be low. So basically the idea is we're going to reduce this less damage down to as low as it can get. This is about, I think with that percent, I think we get like 21% less damage taken, or less damage that we have to take, but we get you +1 Magi. That has 0 offensive boost to it until I get, well, not 0, but it has near 0 offensive boost until I get Wicked. So we're going to hold off until we actually have Wicked, but we have like half of the solution right now. The second part of it is all these micros here. So like this one gives Spirit Mage's effects. We're going to be taking it. I think there's one more we care about. Is there? These are all increase, so like I don't care too much for them, but this is the big one. Then past that, we also have access to +1 and +1, so we do get like 2 extra levels alongside our extra Magi and Origin, and then we still come over here and get these. That being said, we do spend 3 extra points picking up this to get this instead. And we don't duplicate this. It'd be nice to duplicate it, but we don't duplicate it. But yeah, that is what this tree is going to look like. Why do I have 2 points in here? This seems like such a waste when it could be in here. It actually is such a waste. Oh, because I took 1 point and put it in here. Yeah, that 2 points should still be here, I feel, but it's not wasted. Let's see how much I have after selling everything else I sold. Then we can decide on what tier of Wicked I can get, because like 300 is not bad FE by any means. So if I can get if I can just get a tier of Wicked, I think that is not bottom tier. I think that's a decent start. Skill, Magnificent, Magius, Wicked. Let's look at T1 again. Let's look at top row T1. $248. Yeah, 248. So we'll take this one. It will have to do for now. We drop this. And we drop this. No. You are the weakest link, if I'm being honest. We drop both of you. So you should honestly stay as 4, I think. All of these goes though. And then you should stay as 3. All of these go. So here lies So let's just do this real quick. Resets. Unequip. I did that preemptively because I know to install this, it will tell me to do that. So we pick up +1. Oh, we're no longer need to pick. Oh, that's a very, very nice bug fix. So as you can see, we're getting almost 24% origin effect there, which is huge. Pick one from here and then pick crits. Pick ultimate CDR. Pick the 3 side ones. Firsts. And then with the last point, we have a few options. We could go minion damage or we could go origin. We'll go origin. Oh, we didn't go energy shield charge speed. It's fine. Origin will make up for it. And then we pick up source. This allows us to have +1 Magi. So that is going to be the spot that our rock Magi go in. They're going to use friend of the spirit Magi, obviously Magi. They're going to use protection field. There's one more they use, superpower, but I don't think they have access to superpower yet. Superpower is it only comes as precise, I think. So I don't know what else I'd use here. Blind? No. Is there any debuffer I could use that makes sense? Check DMs. Holy shit. That is a high roll if I've ever seen one. This is not arcade, but like person just dropped double 12% dex. Holy shit. What 2 trees is that rolling from? 12%, 12%? Surely, right? Is there really nothing? Because I don't curse. Because I don't curse, it's just wasted to have anything else. Maybe I could use Mass Effect. Maybe not Mass Effect. Maybe Warford Battle. I don't think it will work. It will work for its Empower skill, but its Empower skill isn't doing anything for me. So like this, it's a completely unnecessary. Maybe I just do Savage Growth. Like there's really nothing I care about here. Like literally nothing. Harvest time doesn't matter. There is no debuff I'm, trying to there's just nothing. Restrain though. I have way too much sealed mana anyways, but we can do restrain. Maybe with restrain, we don't need off the beaten track. Yeah, we actually don't need off the beaten track. So then erosion Magi goes here. We go wicked here. We do friend of the spirit Magi. We do protection field. And until we get precise superpower, we're going to take this off so we can hold on to indifference and have a bit more DPS coming from there. Oh, no, we can't because of the implication. Okay, fine. I forgot. We don't have precise restraint for this guy, so it has to be off the beaten track. So now we are no longer doing cold damage, which means we no longer freeze, which means we are now going to rely on you for freeze or for frostbite. So we take glacial freeze instead, which is the reason I went for these guys in particular, because I knew I'd rely on them for that. And then we can reselect this tree because it's no longer necessary. How much is a Dirty Tricks slate or pedigree? Does Warlock offer me anything else? +1 cursed. I don't need it. Not right now, at least. We'll go for a different temporary tree. And that is going to be Machinist. What we're going to take in Machinist. Oh shit, ES chart speed. We were looking for that. We might as well take advantage of it. And then here we either go 15% or we go 25. I'm thinking 25%. But this also has other implications. But because that gem that this actually benefits is a low roll, I'm just going to go with this. I have 2 more points to spend, actually. Do I put them in here? My ES is a lot higher, so defensively we're way stronger. We don't really even need the charge speed, if I'm being very honest with you. So we're just going to put them back into Alchemistry for the crits. And I think that's gonna be it. Then we're going to throw this. We have to throw this somewhere. It has to be somewhere that actually has a fair amount of legendaries. I think it's here. It can cut out this one and then use these two. So that's actually what we're gonna do. We get the full that now. And now we have a point to kill. If I put the points in here for chance to have ailment chance with minion damage, I can technically take it out of here and put this point elsewhere. But like, there's really no other point I'd rather have, if I'm being very genuine. So I'll go a bit of cast speed or attack cast speed. Only thing that makes sense to me. Then go rally. Is there a reason I should go for this? No, I don't think so. We're not on indifference, so we don't need to save it. So we just we are going to click quick decision, I guess. Erosion mages makes you convert to erosion damage. More than staff erosion damage is still increased damage. Yes, you can go for any flats. It converts all physical and elemental damage to erosion. So this is a damage increase now. This actually is not true, and then this becomes, you know, damage because erosion pen. So now we have 5 Magi and 5 synthetic troops. So moment of truth. Let's see the damage.
Intensity for invincibility number 2.
I expect it to be net neutral or a slight decrease. So seeing 400 build there was kind of shocking, but this is about what I expect. Just to make sure we still have all the access to dirty tricks. We still have wilt, ignite, trauma, numbed, frostbite. We lost freeze, so there's that. But even though our damage is not higher, we lost damage. We lost damage for it as expected, actually. But we gained a stupid amount of tank. And now we can see what this feels like. In which tree is this? Lunaria Rush. All right. This is fine. This is fine. What about damage percent, like minion erosion damage is yeah, anything that scales your erosion damage is a damage increase. Anything that scales clear is fine, but like if you will notice, I shouldn't have to be worried about anything. Like look at that. I should, in theory, not have to worry about anything now, because not only are we transferring damage to what's it called, our rock Magi, we're transferring like oh, we didn't budget watcher damage there. Fair. That is where we draw the line. What does he have? I feel like he has something that is really hitting my damage, because I feel like I'm not seeing billions against him. What the fuck? Like I wasn't seeing billions, or maybe it's just a case of the fact that I can eat. Wait a second. Are they even casting their ultimate? They cast it there. What if they just weren't casting their ultimates? Why would they not cast their ultimate? No idea. I just now realized that I wasn't hearing the sound. I might have to go back to look to see just how, like, if the animation was there. I shouldn't have to be too scared of Lunaria anymore. The chances of it killing me are way less. It can still kill me, but the odds of that happening are just less, you know? GG. So I can say G fucking G.
Perhaps we can be friends once you've turned to dust.
Okay, we have an incarnation here. I love how tacky I am. All right. GG. And then we have you to kill.
Long time of loneliness.
Now we do need to solve. We do need to boost our damage, like we said. And the way we're going to do that is we need to get better wicked roll. T1 is not enough. We need a T0. That way it's less of a damage decrease. We now also have decent ES regen every second thanks to the origin effect we're able to get. Thanks to the same origin effect as well, we have slightly better nourishment values. If I had to go survival, energy shield. We have a big energy shield pool as well. It doesn't show energy shield regen, does it?
We do not understand.
It doesn't show energy shield regen, which is interesting.
Dream every day. I've had all those.
Another reason we lost some of the damage we had is because we dropped an aura for a Magi. That's another reason, in case you're wondering. I don't mind it. I don't mind it one bit. I do wish. Wait. That reminds me. Actually, that means we don't need all these points anymore. But I was about to say, I do wish this was lower. It is lower. We just need to respec it. If I can put something here to cover here, that would be perfect. Like if this one was a different shape, it would actually be perfect for here, because then it would cover these two to boost them or to add the effect, whilst leaving me with cast speed and CDR. So now we don't have to worry as much. For this seal mana compensation, it's a lot more manageable.
Conflicts carry the weight of both honor and shame.
There is something about my damage that feels off. Like I I can see my damage visibly being decent, but then somehow, some ways, it just like against, let's say, tankier enemies, unless it's like dependent on the area, but like in certain scenarios, it feels.
The champion deserves the honor.
In certain scenario, it feels like it is. GG.
You've turned to dust.
It feels like it is worse than it might actually be, which isn't the greatest. So what is my next upgrade going to be as well? I need to think about that. So now that we have the Magi set up, it is even more important that we get more damage, right? What is the damage we can get the soonest? I guess should be the first question. Ooh. Pretty lucrative map, eh?
We've witnessed many final.
The most on-demand source of damage we have access to currently is this memory scraps. 0.1. Them being 0.1 is kind of crazy work. This is the most on-demand source we have, because that means I can actually just level this up a bit. Instead of taking it further, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It costs this as well? Holy. Okay. Bruh. A long way to go. Yep. Because this shit is expensive. 3.5 a piece. And it takes that much per one? Like, this is the most on-demand one, but Jesus, is it expensive. Sup, LT? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. All right. Let's see just how many rerolls we get off of this. We're just looking for something useful. It doesn't need to be insane. It's just useful. Bruh. This would have been nice if I used an elixir skill. It would have been nice if I used an elixir skill, but I don't. I don't! Okay. At least we have the intelligence. So we'll take our W where we can. Is Iris 1 or 2 better? I'm gonna pause for memories and prioritize ring and weapon for more damage. Yeah, well, that is a good decision. Iris 1 or 2, I would say Iris 2 is probably slightly better overall. It also kind of is dependent on your like experience level as well. Iris 1 is currently less beginner friendly, so Iris 2 gives you a lot to work with when it comes to starter defenses, whereas Iris 1 requires you to specifically go for defenses. Oh shit, that did damage. I know that skill typically does damage, but huh. Interesting.
It's just a long, long time of loneliness.
It should be a big multiplier, so let's see what we get. Did we just get 2 FE from it? So to answer your question, Iris 2 is probably just inherently better than Iris 1. But Iris 1 got some pretty big buffs, so it's not really an objective answer. It's a, as of last season, Iris 2 was better. As of this season, more testing needs to be done, but the lower budget Iris 2 is better. Higher budget stance, we don't know yet. Jeez.
Don't worry, we're still making preparations.
Like, is it because of the knockback? Is that what's happening? Like, I don't fully understand why the, like, in that room, why weren't they hitting? They could have been outside. Would have been a reason. Outside the doors, potentially.
Perhaps we can be friends once you've turned to dust.
The fuck is that? Telepathy experts.
The wind
I mean, I'll take it like 30 FE.
traces of your existence.
I wonder if there's a reason, if there's a universe where Rock Magi ends up body blocking the Ice Magi or the Frost Magi, so it's a bit less impactful. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? I see other builds like Erica zoom in. What killed me? I saw these guys. Oh, it's the ice. I was like, there shouldn't be anything on that enemy that can kill me. I mean, there's definitely classes like I think Erica. I don't know which Erica it is, but there's an Erica that scales movement speed, and movement speed skills are damaged by scaling numb effect and just general stuff like that. So there are definitely zoomy builds in the game. What are you currently playing? Minions? I think Iris 2 has the zoomiest minions. Once you actually get to scale attack speed as well as regen, it's pretty zoomy. It's not Erica run around at lightning speed fast, but it's very quick. You don't like the Rock Magi too much? I mean, I don't blame you. It can be an acquired taste, especially when you have to deal with reconjuring. Later on, when you don't have to deal with, I just feel zoominess is not balanced on classes. I mean, some are way more than others. I will say this. I mean, God of War definitely helps the slower classes keep up with the faster classes. So at least there's that. You know, I am curious about something before we end stream. Actually, I want to see just how well I tank Kitava's beam or his breath. Oh fuck, I just realized part of why I lost damage. Let's fucking go. We can tank it. Yeah, well, let's not eat that one. Bruh, that was... We were so close to tanking that one too. I guess with a bit more origin effect, it would work. That's on me. All right, 1800, and we survived the first one with more origin effects and more level scaling for these guys. We should be in a better spot. That being said, Machine Army needs to go for Dazzling Bloom. I just realized. So whoever got number 4 kind of needs to return it. All right, you got number 4, so you need to return it. Reason being, duration is still important. And honestly, let's get activation medium 5 seconds. T1 duration. How much do I have? I don't have enough for this. I need duration level 5 seconds. Can maybe afford these, but like what is the duration on this guy currently? 16%. Let's see if it is 100% uptime. If I get less duration, like I don't go for the bigger duration numbers, I probably would not what's it called?
Please select the calibration
I probably would not
number 2.
have nearly as much uptime. So I need to work on getting full uptime on it. What is this 3 stack? Oh, that's deterioration. Where is blind? Wait a second. Wait. What does this say? Against blinded enemies. Okay. Hold my beer.
Please select the calibration intensity for invincibility number 2.
This also means I don't need dazzling bloom anymore because we have a source of blind. So I can actually switch this to Aries. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you and welcome. How you doing? Wait, for each minion on the field, all minions gain damage. This doesn't have a limit.
It doesn't. It's kind of crazy.
So this is not my machine army. Not the Spectre one. The Spectre one doesn't have a limit.
Yeah.
I feel like you're trolling me. But anyways.
Yeah.
You are definitely trolling me.
Yeah, I just said, yeah.
The question, when starting out as Aries, how do I use my skill? Yeah, it's locked at level 1. You just kind of have to run forward. Eventually, it would unlock when you get your passive. You get your passive when? Yeah, just let your minion do the killing and you're fine. We don't need duration for machine army then. So we'll just do this. Alternative would be blind on wicked on erosion as well, but like that's unnecessary.
Please select the calibration intensity for invincibility.
Actually, we'll let this proc 3 times. Because each time is extra effect. Where is blind? We see paralysis. See, that's blinded. Where is the blind? Why is it so inconsistent? What is the chance to blind on it? 10%. And you hit as slow as you do. Ooh. The good news is it doesn't say melee, or you know, it doesn't specify melee attacks or anything of the sorts. So we just do that and perma blind with this guy instead, which is a lot more reliable. That's what we're talking about. Now the blind is perma up. You know, I'm still seeing bouts where this increases to 102. You can actually see the freeze move a bit. Like, it's kind of funny. It looks almost buggy. Like, somehow someone is still freezing, and it has to be the Frost Magi that can do that. All right. I'm about to end stream, but I don't know if you were here, Arcane. I made my a very tanky swap, so that feels really nice. Now I'm very tanky. Dang. I'll be back tomorrow. I stream around the same time daily. I just have work in person for some days of the week, so I kind of have to end early so I can not ruin my entire sleep schedule and everything for the next day. But I will be back tomorrow, same time as today. The plan for tomorrow is we need to get more damage. So now that we have our tank, we can giga focus on damage and just say fuck anything even remotely resembling tank and just like full send damage. That is the plan. So we'll see how that goes, what decisions that ends up being. Not fully, I don't know yet, but we'll see. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. I'm gonna see you tomorrow, Aries. Hopefully I see you then. But until then, have a good night.